Hello, Smitty. Hello, lady. All right. Uh, all right. All right. We all good? Everybody's good?
Gee,
See? See. All right. Then welcome, everybody, to episode 3, right? Of We didn't talk about the name for the last 2 weeks, so we're still going to say it's the press start to chat. I don't know. Or press enter to chat, whichever one anybody prefers. Straight the podcast where streaming meets real life. So I'm Francine, better known as MrsFrantastique, and my co-host here is
Tony. Also, you can just call me, or in Smitty's case, you can just call me Awesome, or Misfit, whichever you prefer.
Awesome or
And
Misfit. Mhm.
well, Smitty can call me Awesome just because she knows it, but everybody else just calls me Misfit.
Got it. Got it. So as everybody knows, he mixed up awesome with asshole. Okay, well that escalated quickly. We started this podcast because streaming isn't just about games. It's about people, stories, and all the cozy, chaotic, and real moments in between. So grab a seat and press start and let's chat. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about social media, the platforms, the etiquette, and why being visible off stream matters. This week, we're flipping the script and looking at the other side of things, how to actually support streamers and content creators and friends and whatnot. Um, oh, it's your turn. I missed that.
So, talking about support is just, it's multiple things. It's talking about social media, being there for someone behind the scenes, differs between streamers and content creators. Behind every go live, there's somebody who's struggling with work, life, tech headaches, questioning if anybody's even going to show up.
That's very true. But here's the truth: support doesn't always mean money. Sometimes it's the little things, a follow, a comment, a DM really quick, even just showing up, right? Lurking, whatever, doesn't matter. So today we're breaking down the free ways, the paid ways, and even the behind the scene ways that you can make a huge difference to your favorite creators. So let's kick it off with why support matters. You want to take the first one?
Yeah. At the end of the day, streaming is a very lonely endeavor. Some people, people can say they get it. You have a support system and everything, but at the end of the day, until they're actually doing it and really understanding the motivation, the feeling that you get, it's just there's so much into it, and honestly, a lot of times you're by yourself. You know, maybe you don't always want to be doing that video that you might need to put out. Maybe you want a game. Um, you're constantly sitting behind a camera, with no guarantee that anybody's going to show up. You might have that one person that you're, hoping will be there to support you, but they want to go do their own thing. So half the time they're not even paying attention. They're too busy doing their thing. So a lot of times it's just starting out, or maybe for a while in, you're on your own. It's just you. So a lot of times you just feel like you're talking to the void, and finding that motivation to keep going and keep talking. To put out that good content is a huge struggle.
That's very true because you never know. Like I sometimes when the good streams keep you motivated. The bad streams when nobody shows up, those are the ones that you get in your head about. Like what happened? Why did nobody show up today?
Yep.
And am I doing this for nothing? Because that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I have those moments a lot.
I mean, sometimes it's hard, if you can't get your significant other or best friend or somebody to be there to support you. That can even hurt even more. So sometimes it's hard.
It is. And like I don't expect Rajcom to always be there. Like he is always there. He has it up, but I know he's doing his own thing. And that's perfectly all right. And I know that anybody else has like their own lives and stuff like that. But sometimes you get in your head, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I really doing this if these people
Exactly.
aren't showing up? You can tell yourself all day that it's somebody else, like they have their own lives. But at the end of the day, it just still hurts sometimes. And that's
And
support.
which
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, and you're right. I mean, sometimes though, that's trying to remember juggling the negative. Oh, nobody's here versus trying to be understanding of, well, they got their own lives. That leads a lot of times to lead to burnout. Just being like, well, shit, everybody's doing their thing and I'm just here, so why am I here? I could do this without a camera.
That's correct. I could just play video games and not worry about trying to be entertaining. And sometimes I wonder if I am entertaining. So, all the time. But just that little encouragement of somebody, even if they say they're lurking, right? I see the little lurk message, hey, I'm lurking. It just makes my day because they know that they're there and they're supporting and they're just hanging out and doing their own thing. And that encourages me a little bit more to keep going. Do you ever like get the messages in your DMs of people saying, "Hey, I love your content, like keep going," or "Hey, how come you haven't streamed in a couple days?"
No,
No?
no. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody sends me those messages. Maybe a couple of years ago, but nobody says. I don't. Maybe one or two person. I think you're the probably one of the few people who reaches out just to check in and see how things are going. Um, I mean, it's a two-way street. I'm not the best about always doing that because I get caught up in my own thing. So I don't mean that in any way to be like negative or talking. But no, nobody really says anything. A lot of times people are quiet unless I reach out and say something.
That's tough. And I don't get it often either, like they're like at all. But I have gotten it a couple times, and those couple of times has made me feel good, right? Like just knowing somebody like is thinking about you, like, hey, you haven't streamed this week. Are you okay? Just makes you feel good, right? Because I feel like I could disappear and stop streaming tomorrow and nobody would notice and
Yep,
nobody would care.
100%. Um, on the flip side, though, too, I mean, that's where it gets a little tricky because for me, sometimes I feel like if I pry, if I ask a question, I'm prying. Getting, I'm butting my nose into certain things. So sometimes I'm overthinking. Like, should I say something? Should I check in? Am I okay? Or maybe it's none of my business. So some people are, if they're like me, you get your head all twisted into like a big ball of spaghetti. You know, trying to, and then you fall down the rabbit hole of what's the right way to do it, what's not.
Very true.
So,
Very true.
and that's kind of a sad thing because if you can't trust yourself, trust to say, hey, I'm just being supportive, looking out for you. You good? Everything all right with it? I saw this, and without it being a drama fest or a shit show, kind of is a little depressing to think about it in itself.
That's very true. Sometimes it's you don't want to pry. Sometimes you don't want to maybe get involved in whatever's going on, right? Like somebody posts something and you're like, ooh, they're having a bad day. Do I say
Mm-hmm.
hi? Do I say something? Or do I just, maybe it was just the emotions of that moment
Yeah,
and let that go? Do I want to get involved? Do I not? There's a fine line there sometimes.
yeah,
Then flipping that over as well, because we're talking about like support, right? Like we also have to know that the numbers aren't everything when you're streaming, right? You have to decide why you're streaming because if you have 5 regular supporters, like that could be way better than like 500 people who are just there, have a tab up, and they're not even paying attention, right? Like I would rather have the 5 or even 2 that are engaging with me and talking with me than have 500 people that are not really talking.
oh yeah. I 100%. I appreciate anybody that's just got the tab up for sure, but at the end of the day, I'd much rather have the conversation or the interaction.
Yes, exactly. I'd rather talk to people.
And then on a more on another side of that, having a stream full of lurkers leads to a different issue that's becoming a very popular hot topic on social media. He gives the wrong idea about what your stream is or how you got to that point because now if you got more than so many people, so many viewers and nobody's chatting or very few people are chatting, you're immediately flagged as a possible botter and people start looking at you like, oh, you didn't earn that, you didn't get those numbers, you're cheating.
You're view botting. No. I don't know. Like I don't know. I've never thought about view botting. I've never even like looked into it. I wouldn't even know where to begin on any of that stuff. Maybe I'm
Eh,
naive, but I haven't looked into it. But I've definitely seen people doing it, and it's just
Oh yeah.
weird. And then you have the ones that are like um that have bots that actually talk and ask like these most random questions. And you're like, what is happening? It has nothing to do with any of the conversations or nothing. Like, because you have one real person talking or whatever, and they're having a conversation, and then like, hey, why is your shirt red? I'm like, what? What is
Yeah.
happening?
Right.
So like,
Um.
I rather just do. I just
No,
rather have my
or
small
what you
group.
got is, or you got the ones where, um, you're in your own stream, they're streaming, or maybe not even streaming, but they got the bots that go into other streams and send out random shit to make it look like they're actually there.
Yes. Yes.
So, which again is not support, despite what you might think. Sure, it's putting your name out there, but you're not supporting anything.
No. I've had people like who one recently like he was always in my stream lurking, right? He would always come in, leave a message, hey lurking, whatever, and he got to partner and then unfollowed. And I'm like, okay, well that and I knew like from before that it wasn't support, right? Like you're just coming in to see if I'm going to go to your stream so that you can get the numbers to get to your partner. No,
Yep.
thank you. No, thank you. That's not what I want. I want engagement. I want like raw view counts of like people who want to come and chat and hang out, play video games, whatever, or just hang out, right? That's what I want. Because at the end of the day, community is built on relationships and that's what I want to build.
100%. Um, and here's the other thing too. Like, sure, you could view bot, you could have the 500 lurkers, but the biggest thing, if you've got nothing to contribute to the conversation or nothing contributing to your content, if all you're doing is just sitting there talking to yourself to 5 people, one person, 20 people, 100 people that aren't saying anything, I mean, again, how are you really? Do you really need your stream on for that? So no, I'd much rather have my stream on with a purpose, to engage with people directly, like you said, having a genuine interaction, making those genuine connections, and you know having a wholesome community vibe to it. Where people want to come in, share their day, talk about things, make jokes, whatever the case may be. But consistently talking.
Exactly. I'm bad for that though. Like I'll come in and say hi and talk a little bit and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got to do something." And then I just like leave it open but don't talk. Terrible. Terrible. And I don't mean to. Just different things and things happen.
You know, did you know you make an effort at least?
Try. Try to make an effort all the time because, as our next point goes, small actions can make a very big impact on people. Like liking a YouTube video, which boosts the algorithm, right? Just that little like from someone can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're like on Twitter or X, I should say, and somebody's like liking or reposting your posts and things like that, that goes a long way on helping the interactions and stuff. And then, well, like we've been mentioning, just saying hi in chat can change the whole vibe of a stream, right? Because you can be sitting there for like an hour with nobody there, trying to talk to yourself, trying to be entertaining. And as soon as somebody says hi, you're like, oh my God, it's so great. Like somebody's actually talking. And it changes the whole vibe around. Hi, Stu. See, like that. I smile. Stu's here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect timing.
um, yeah, I mean, and when it comes to like boosting potential viewership to something, I mean that's a big thing. That the you're absolutely right. The littlest thing there can have the biggest impact. Like you said, like one thing that I tried to start getting back to. I finally got my Discord back up in shape where I can put people in the community when they go live. I post in the Discord for them. So that way, because I mean, to be real, we're all in a bunch of Discords having to remember. Okay, I need to post in Discord. This one, and this one. Then I'm going live. can be a little exhausting. And so, you know, helping people out that way. When I scroll through TikTok and I find people's videos, I make sure I like them. For some reason, I'm seeing 900 stew videos lately on my TikTok feed, so I'm trying to make sure I like them all. And after watching them, of course, I don't just like them; I actually take the time to watch them. Um, so, um,
Careful, he might quiz
yeah.
you on what video he posted like 2 days ago. Just kidding, he won't do that, but you never know.
Oh, I mean, if he actually expects a legit answer, I have a hard enough time remembering what socks I put on this morning. So,
1 to 2 a
so
day. Yeah, you've been on that train for a while, Stu. Great job posting those videos.
I have customers that come into my job all day, throughout the week, and I still struggle to remember their names. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. Oh, yep, yeah, that's right, that's who you are. So, but um, I don't know either. um, but and that's the biggest thing that a lot of people forget is like even if you have to lurk, saying hi goes a long way. Just the littlest thing that beyond just saying a lurk. Take the time to say, hey, I give a crap, and you don't have to say hi.
Yep, for sure. Stu doesn't know his own name half the time. Fair. It's fair. But yeah, I appreciate all the likes or anything in there. On Fridays he doesn't remember. Is that because he has a few too many drinky poos? Is that what happens?
Drinky poos.
Yeah, yeah. That's what they call them. I don't know. I'm not a drinker.
Oh,
Is he
I
drinky
thought that was
poos?
what you were calling it. I'm like, I've
No,
never heard that before. What is that? Like, he's having chocolate milk?
no. One or two, just one or two drinky poos. Are they big ones? Strong ones? I've seen the Discord messages on a Saturday morning of, oh my God, I'm never drinking again.
And then the next week rolls around.
They're back at it again. Every time. Every time. And then you have the other memes going, heard this one before. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Can you imagine if Smitty did a drinking stream where every time she cursed, she had to take a shot?
That'd be interesting. Oof. Yep. Drinky Poo is from the Trailer Park Boys. See, I never really watched the Trailer Park Boys. Wasn't my thing. So what our next thing would be how streamers and creators juggle a lot of different things other than streaming. It is a Canadian show, yes, but I've never watched it. Just like Shorzy or Letterkenny, I've never I saw a couple episodes, but I've never watched it fully. Yeah. So creators, streamers juggle more than just streaming. Behind the scenes, there's editing. We talked about Stu posting those clips all the time. Editing, planning, socials, tech troubleshooting. Ugh, those are the worst days. Tech troubleshooting. Oh. Family, that's a big one too. Yeah. Friends, family, all of that. There's a lot to juggle.
Put my family on the back burner for all this, so.
Yeah.
As I get the look of death, as I get the look of death.
We know that's not true because during your interview you're like you put her first, so
No, I just
work.
like to say random things to push her buttons.
Interesting. Screw work, Spinny. I wish I could say that, Stu. I wish I could.
But I think
My boss might not like it.
With like the big three: family, editing, social media stuff. Because like when it comes to promoting everything, I look at Zaramux for example. Anytime I talk to him, from the moment he gets up, it doesn't matter if he's working, unless he's streaming or he's working. He's like, oh, I'm working and I'm editing this video. I'm talking to my wife, but I'm also editing this video. And he's also then I see a Twitter post pop up where he might something that the dude does all three of those and somehow juggles them like it's like he's a professional or something.
Yeah, he does it very well as well. I see his videos all the time. I used to post once a day, and I couldn't keep up. I stopped.
I think at one time he told me he's got like a month's worth of videos. Like he could post something like every day for like a month because he's got it all scheduled, and then take a month off and be okay.
Nice. I used to do it like I'd schedule it like at the beginning, like on a weekend, and then for the whole week and have one a day. But it's so much work. It's, I don't know. I try to take on too much. I take on too much, and then I get overwhelmed, and then everything just falls. It's like a house of cards. I build, and then I get to the top, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm juggling too many, and it all falls down. But
Yep.
so that being said, because we're juggling so much, all that support that we've been talking about just means a lot, right? Because it shows that all our unseen effort that is behind the scenes means something, and it does get noticed and appreciated. So it goes a long way. So we thank
Yep.
everyone.
Do you remember the first time that you had that big thing of support? Like, and I say big, like very loosely. Like, was it, it could have been a big raid, could have been a subathon, or maybe a hype train or something, whatever the case may be. Do you remember the first time that you had that feeling that, validated, you know,
Um, I remember, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had a raid train or a big um raid or anything like that. So hype train, yeah. I had a heart attack because of WGA. Oh, yeah. We did the hype train for Stu. And at the end he's like, "Hold on, I need to check my blood pressure." He actually went and got his blood pressure thing and everything to go to check it cuz it was getting pretty bad. That was a good time. It was great. But I don't know. It's been so long, but like I remember that feeling of just feeling validated, right? Anytime somebody comes in though, I feel validated that I'm doing this for something, right?
Mhm.
So what about you? Do you remember that moment?
First time? Oh yeah, I still remember to this day because I was planning on quitting, and then because I felt like I wasn't noticed or valued, and first time and it was a massive post from two different people, three, no, was it three? I think it was three or four different people that night, and I was just blown away because I felt like I thought nobody noticed me. I thought I was just like, oh, wasting my time, and it just totally blew me away.
Nice.
I was, I think I was, yeah, I was actually in tears because of it. That's how happy I was, just to feel like I wasn't just spinning my wheels. I'd been trying to make genuine connections, friendships, and everything, and I had gotten to a point where I was feeling like I was wasting my time, and they all proved me wrong.
That's awesome. I love that.
And the best part was it was one of the few first times that I had not posted like publicly that I was going live. I just went live just to see, like in my mind, I was like, okay, if somebody's paying attention, they'll be there, and that will. And that's exactly what I was kind of like. I needed that validation. I was like, okay, if just one person comes in, I'm good. It means I'm not doing this for nothing because I didn't post it, I didn't announce it. People noticed it anyway.
Hmm. That's
And
awesome that people noticed.
yeah, so
I love those stories. I love those. Smitty has a good one. Supported for our charity streams, meeting our goals.
mm,
Those were some great ones. We had a good time doing those. We should set another one up and do something like that again at some point. But that's a conversation for another time. But I really like those two. Just need to pick one. Pick a charity. All right. Kind of talked about everything else, right? Like the support validates the work. Many creators struggle with self doubt and imposter syndrome. We've talked a lot about that already. Feeling seen and appreciated can reminding that they're making a difference. We've done all that. I feel like I'm sitting so low. Bring the desk down. There we go. Better. All right, so let's talk about ways to.
I mean,
Go ahead.
when you're 5 feet tall, it's
I'm not 5 feet tall. I'm tall. I'm 5'8", almost 5'9". I'm not short. I'm not Smitty. Smitty's short. Smitty's the short one.
I always thought Smitty was taller.
No, she's the short one.
Maybe she just talks like it.
I didn't change on screen. Are you saying you're not short or not tall? You're shorter than I am. I'm not short. She's only like
Yeah,
5'4", 5. She is taller than Drew. That's very true.
damn.
Drew's very short. Drew's short.
Drew, you midget.
You're 5'6"? Really? You're that much taller than Drew? Huh. I thought you were shorter than that.
She's not short. She's just vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged.
Ladies over there like, yes, she is.
No one starts calling people out, people's heights out. We're not calling anyone out, Drew. We're just saying vertically challenged. It's okay. It's okay.
To be fair, nobody actually said how tall you were, Drew.
Is she counting spiked hair? She might be. She might be. Yeah.
Another thing too, like, and this is hard for people to sometimes remember, is that, I'm not saying this makes it right, but like something that maybe it's hard for people to take it this way, but one way that and it's kind of sad, but people tend to gravitate towards people that while they think that they're going to have a better chance of getting noticed or get that connection from, which a lot of times means that the communities are going to have anywhere from 20 to say 50 people. There's more chance to have more people to interact with, and more, there's more substance that they feel like they can get involved with. Sometimes some people do it for selfish reasons. They think that's going to get them noticed, but sometimes it is easier to go to a chat with a fair amount of people versus somebody, say like me, who sometimes needs, struggles to hold, one person. So it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make me feel better, but at least it provides a little bit of understanding in the back of my mind to be like, it's not that it's me, it's just that people are going to where there's a little more substance, per se.
That's fair. I've heard the advice of go to people that are similar to your size to help each other, right? Like you have a better chance of being seen and build that connection if it's somebody who's kind of the same size as you or just slightly higher, like 5% to 10% higher. He does.
Ladies over here trying to comment instead of posting in chat. She put it in Discord.
Well done, lady. Well done. We can't see Discord.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Hold on. Why am I getting Discord messages? And I realized she was responding to...
She's responding to chat.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Where is my mouse? Where am I? I'm window hopping. Got it. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just kind of, it is what it is thing, I mean, because ask yourself honestly, if you are going into a party, are you more inclined to go gravitate towards where maybe there's a few people, maybe a group, versus the one person who's standing off to the side looking like the awkward turtle of the group?
I think there's a case for both sides, because I understand your point, because if you're going to want to meet people, right, you're going to go to the people who have like the 10 people in chat that are actually chatting, right, and talking, because you can have that interaction with those people and it helps you a little bit more. But then you the awkward turtle of the group, because that's me. You're the awkward turtle? I don't think so. But then you have like those people who are streaming to one or two people that you could build that connection with, because you have that one-on-one opportunity with them.
Mhm.
Which one's going to work better? I don't know. Because it all depends on the person that's streaming to one or two, what their goals are and stuff, and what they are like, and the people who are in that community that have the 10 people. Correct, not when she plays Valorant. If she plays Valorant, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, I mean, it's very complicated when it comes to looking at support because it's easy to fall in the rabbit hole of why am I not getting support? Why does this person get support and I can't start? Why are so many people finding it easy and I'm struggling to get out of getting off the starting block? You know, so it comes down to a lot of self-reflection, but also sometimes reality is just everybody's already everywhere they're at.
Oh no.
So,
One moment.
um,
I'm coming back. Whoops. I dropped my pen on my keyboard. I'm okay. Everything's fine. I'm here. Well, we're good. Whoops.
but and then looking at other ways of support, some people forget that the easiest way is just to simply follow. At least it wasn't corn or anything. Do I want to know why somebody would say at least you're not dropping corn on your desk?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Like, it's so specific. There's got to be a story to it.
I have no idea what the story would be. Oh, yes, correct. Correct. At least when it came up, it was just it was my settings for my monitor and not any type of
Oh.
porn or anything. Wasn't corn with a P. Got it. It's very true. Don't give away all my secrets.
You spelled corn right the first time, so. First
Old
of all,
people.
I'm not old.
I am.
Okay.
I mean, I don't act my age, but I'm old.
I am still 21. Okay, so I am not that old.
29 and counting.
Exactly.
You are too old. How is he too old?
I'm too old?
You're old. Old as fuck, like grandpa with a little cane, crotchety old thing.
Oh, apparently I'm crotchety. So what does that make you?
Oh, boy. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
The hard one for me to talk about is support is subbing. I mean, yeah, subbing is a great way to support, don't get me wrong. People have it seems like they have a very weird standard or expectation on subs these days. Like, you must sub to me is, too many streams I see now, it's almost like the trend is coming back to where people are begging for subs, and it's like, a little cringy to me. Like, I'm not about streams where your focus is making money. I want to see you. I want to see your content. I want to see how you interact with people. Then we'll talk about money.
Right? I don't understand why people I don't like those streamers. Like, I've seen the videos of like people just like, what? You're only gifting me one sub? Why not 5?
Oh God.
Like, what?
Those ones irk me to my soul.
No. Nope. Like, I never expect anyone to like sub to me.
What
or
is it? If you buy a meal from McDonald's, you should be able to sub to me. I think what was that? What was that chick saying on Twitter? The clip went around where she was talking about like, all right, Zara, we're gonna talk later about the therapy I think you need. So,
what?
thinking Zara has some issues to work out.
Oh boy.
He wants people to give him the sub so he can have blood poured all over him on Halloween.
That's something.
Zara is unique. That's about all I can really say.
He is. He is. He's a good guy, though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's not. I do that. Okay. Well, maybe it's just us then, because Stu says he'd do it too.
We would do it. Too funny. But I've seen
You're not
people like
supposed.
sub to people just so that people go and sub to them or to get attention, right? Like they'll go into the big streamer streams and like give 5 subs so that people like notice them and then go to their streams as well, like to try to get them to go into
Oh
their
yeah,
streams.
it's like a weird sub train. You know, they sub to this person, they sub to that person, in a roundabout way. It's like a circle of subs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But all to
Never
get
understood that
attention.
one.
But all to get
Mhm.
attention. That's all it is. People want to get attention. So they'll like, hey, here's 5 get to subs to this big streamer so that their chat notices, hey, that person subbed to them. Let's go check them out.
I don't know if Fran's into that kind of stuff, Beb, so you have to take it up with her.
What is happening? What are your thoughts on subathons?
Hey, if Fran wants to sub to your content, go for it. That's up to Fran. So
What kind of content are we subbing to? What is happening?
hey, lady brought
Lady?
it up. I'm just
What do you got going?
she wants to know what you're offering. She doesn't have her headset in, so I'm gonna paraphrase for you. Oh, she's over there shaking it for you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You're not on camera, lady. You're not on camera.
That's why she's
You don't
doing
get
it
a
the way
sub.
she is.
You don't get a sub for that.
You only get a sub, she said, if you do it on camera. Oh, I'm not gonna repeat what she's doing on that one.
Oh boy. All right. Well, all right. So
I gotta
Smitty
say
has a
it's the little
question.
digging she has left.
What are your thoughts on subathons?
Depends on how you do them, because I've seen some of the stuff going on with subathons, and I absolutely disagree with it.
Like what? Like what have you seen that you
30
disagree
days,
with?
30-day subathons are ridiculous. A subathon is I don't know, maybe it's just me, but a subathon is a block of time, whether you extend it because of subs or you set out a set time to see how many subs you could get in there. You know, it's like a marathon. You run so far in a certain amount of time. You don't run, stop, get some sleep, pick up the next day and expect to be able to win the race. You know,
Mm.
it subathon is a set block of time, whether you're going to extend it and you run it till then, and that's just it. If you can't do it the entire time, you know, cap it where it goes, and that's it. Because at that point, if you're just doing the same thing, if you're just going from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. playing the same games or making the same content and just calling it a subathon, how is it any different from a normal stream schedule? What is
That's
it? How is that a subathon? It's nothing special.
that's fair. Because some people do that, right? Because they don't want to be sleeping on stream. But some
Mhm.
people actually like sleep on stream. Like,
Which, as weird as it is, that is a content section.
yep.
So that's fine. If your content, if you're going to do 30 days to keep it going and call it that, as you know, yes, it's weird, but you know, it's still technically a subathon because it's getting boosted based on the subs, or it's the block of time you set aside. It's part of what it is. I did a 12-hour birthday stream. I think it was 12
I
hours.
think it was 12 hours. I have never done like a long stream. Somebody said she'd pay to see me do 24 hours. I would never make it. So that's never going to happen.
I did
Never.
48.
You did 48?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how'd that go?
I was hurting.
I bet.
Zara got his to like 14 hours, and then he had to call it. But see, that's what I mean. I remember Zara's subathon. You know, even though it was his birthday, he just said, "Okay, if I get enough subs, it's going to boost it. It's going to bump it out to this many hours, and so on and so forth." He didn't get any more subs, or you know, whatever he had the time, or he couldn't do it, so he stopped. He didn't wake up the next day and say, "Okay, subathon continues. You know, start the clock."
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So those uncapped ones where they just keep going. I mean, you might as well just say, "I'm streaming. Give me money."
Well, that's pretty much all they are, right? Subathons are just a way for people to make money. So they have goals. Like if I get this many subs, I'm gonna do this, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's their way of gaining money.
Right.
So
But I mean, a birthday subathon or a themed one, like, you
Mhm.
know, whatever, that's a little bit different because, you know, I do that for charity streams.
Mhm.
But there's a difference between calling it, you know, like, you know, maybe you're doing it to raise money, you know, maybe, but, you know, there's always a goal, there's always a, you know, a set time limit or set rules
Mhm.
for subs who will bump it out and everything versus if I just go live on a normal day, you know, like my normal days are 8:30 till sometime between 11 and midnight. If I just keep doing that and I'm doing my same schedule, I'm doing not doing that's not a subathon. Like that's not the point behind it. You know, if you want to do subs for pies in the face, or I think there was one day, what were we doing, babe? There was subs for jackass stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, you're adding extra value to it. You're something that you wouldn't normally do in your normal content.
Mhm.
That's there's a reward for the subathon. Or a birthday subathon. It's my birthday, so we're doing a subathon, sub all day. It's cool. But
Yeah, I'm not opposed to
people are
those,
just
but I'm opposed to the
exactly
people who are doing it just as a naming it a subathon and going live, like you said, for their set amount of
mm-hmm.
time, and then going, oh, next day, day 2. Like what? What is that for? But like the big streamers who have done it, like Ludwig he got known for his subathon, right? He was kind of like the first one who really got to the 30-day mark and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, that's put him on the map. It's the first one that I know of, anyway. First big one.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good storyteller,
Mm-hmm.
very good speaker. I like Ludwig sometimes, not everything, but he's very good. And then you have the Kai Senate. He just hit like 1 million subs or something. It's the highest streamer and the only streamer who did it. I don't get the point of his stream, so I don't know. He has all sorts of like celebrities on there. He had LeBron James the other day.
LeBron James, Kevin Hart, John
Yeah.
Cena. I've seen the clips and everything.
Yeah.
Content's not for me.
It's not. Me neither. I don't really do it.
The IRL just chatting stuff has been corrupted. By too many idiots on there doing stupid stuff for views. Like, I just.
Sometimes it goes too far.
Oh yeah. You see the chick that got arrested for shooting someone who had nothing to do with the stream with a paintball gun?
No.
Like it was just a random random person. She shot her with a paintball gun, got arrested for assault.
Well, some people take it too far. Like that French streamer who passed away on stream because the people were doing crazy things on stream for views. No, people take him too far. Too far. And that I don't get why people support that sort of thing. I just don't get it.
Because the society we live in is totally screwed. This current generation that watches that kind of crap or is into that kind of crap, and it just blows my mind the people that will sub to that. They want to pay to keep people going doing this stuff. Like, just tell me you have no brain cells because without telling me you have no brain cells.
Yeah. Stu did incentive to get new emotes on Twitch, but only did that twice. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to unlock new emote slots and stuff, and you need a certain amount of subs to do it. I mean, at least there's an incentive, right? And you're giving your community new emotes, so there's an incentive behind that. I can get behind that. They're supporting you in your journey and your goal to get more emotes. So nothing wrong with that. That's good support right there.
See, what do we left to talking about the follow and subs? Following is an easy way, but you can't just follow a bunch of people and think that it's going to mean the same thing as following somebody because you genuinely appreciate them or their content. There's a lot of people who I'm following all these people, but because like if you go on social media, right, and you look at their follower to following, like you can kind of tell who's getting the return on their investment versus they're just out there, jumping from one bandwagon to another.
Hmm.
You know, it it shows, numbers may not be everything, but numbers do kind of paint a picture at the same time as to what's going on with you.
They do. There's a lot of follow for follow and stuff, right? Like that's still a big thing. People do it all the time. I got caught like that at the beginning. Oh, look at this. I get so many more followers. And you soon fall into the trap of like nobody is coming. Doesn't matter. And you unfollow a bunch of people because that was useless. I fell into it. But like it's an easy way. It's a free way for people to like if they genuinely like your content and they follow you. Like that's what I want. Right? In the beginning I just didn't understand it. So I thought
I think
that's
one
how I
thing
need
that
to do.
people forget too, you can't be so negative on be careful being negative about yourself and your content, because if you're going to be negative, people are going to hear that and be like, okay, well, if you don't like your own content, why the hell am I going to like your content?
That's fair. That's fair. You
Yeah,
have to
it's
be
just
positive, right? And proud of that.
exactly. Yeah, 100%. You got to portray some sense of positivity. Be real, but don't be bagging on yourself,
Mhm.
because then you're just painting a negative picture, and people don't want that. They want to go to the happy, sunshine place more than the cloudy and gloomy place.
Exactly. And if you don't like your content, if you're going to be like that, then do something about it. Change it.
Yep.
Like, don't complain about it and not have a plan to change it up.
Who hangs out with friends? I didn't understand the beginning either. And see, I think the follow for follow, everybody kind of falls into that at the beginning. Well, they have to figure out how to plant their feet. It's like when you're a kid. You got to learn to crawl before you can walk, and walk before you run. And then once you get there, some people get there slower than others, but you know, um, you get there eventually if you just keep trucking along and keep pushing, I hate to use the cliche, but keep grinding and keep working for it. Eventually you will get there.
That's very
And
true.
I fall down again.
I get that. I understand it all too well. All too well. But like subscribing to YouTube doesn't cost anything either. Like if you genuinely like the content, like subscribe to it and then comment or like it. It just helps everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's free, but only if you like it. If you don't like it, don't bother. Because why are you gonna like? Most people will like it or subscribe, but then turn off notifications, and they're never gonna see your content anyway. So they're just trying to get you to follow them so that you can do it. So that engagement just it doesn't mean anything. So it has to be genuine engagement and genuine like like support.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about
Moving
it.
on to lurking and viewing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lurking is that is a very touchy subject depending on where you're at, because some people have very negative views or takes on lurkers, and now all these platforms are basically taking away the benefit of a lurk. You know, I know Twitch is working. I don't know if they finally came out with it. I know that there's talks that lurks aren't going to mean anything for you anymore.
Yeah. They said like if people are not genuinely there, like watching, they're not going to be counted. So like if you have a tab up, but then you're tabbed onto something else, it doesn't count as your view. But I think that's always been the case with Twitch anyway,
Yeah.
for the most part, because I can have a
Agree.
bunch of people in my stream, and the view count, like I can have like 10 people in there, but on view count's only 2, right? Like, so it's still
Yep.
not counting. It's the most frustrating thing ever. But at the same time, I understand where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kick has now banned a bunch of people off of their whatever their
ACIP.
yeah, that. off of that for view botting and stuff. So that was great. I love that. I
I
love
get a
seeing
kick
it.
out of that.
Love seeing it.
Oh,
People are
yeah, I definitely appreciate that too. But at the same time, it doesn't make the platform look good when you're sitting there saying you've got all this watch time and you've got all these channels and everything, but how many of them are legit?
that's very true.
You know,
It's very true. Like the platform itself has a lot of different has had a lot of different
issues.
negative press towards them. So in many different things, different aspects. And I think those are growing pains. And hopefully they're taking steps to change it. Like banning these people is a step in the right direction, I think. But am I 100% sold on it? No. I'm not sold on Kick. I've never have been.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Every platform's got its pitfalls. Like, so, I mean, it's just a matter of where you find the best for you, whether it's if you're looking to make money, Kick obviously would be a better position for, for people who, just because of the revenue split. Twitch is a little bit easier to grow a community.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks when they don't help you get rid of them. Exactly.
Like all platforms have their pros and cons. Every one of them. And you have to decide what pros and cons you're willing to deal with.
Exactly.
It's an individual decision. But going back to lurkers, like they're usually like they call them the backbone of the stream because people are supporting you, which is great, which I appreciate all the time. But like I know that not everybody has to chat all the time, right? Like people are busy and people are doing stuff, so I get it. So I appreciate the lurkers. But some people are very angry. Like they will ban people for lurking. If somebody says they're lurking in their chat, oh, it's over. You're banned. Like why? What is the purpose of that? Why would anybody do that?
Yeah, Zara.
Zara banned lurkers? Or no, he got banned for lurking, didn't he?
Yeah. He got in trouble for lurking. He was a bad boy for being a lurker.
I don't understand that. I just don't get it. I like I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And I appreciated that, Stu. I appreciate that. Yesterday was a tough stream, but like I appreciated the lurk. I saw your name come up and you said you were lurking and like I felt better like right away. It was great. So I appreciate that. Thank you. What else? Likes, shares, and comments. We've talked a little bit about that. Because engagement is all like it's pretty much gold for everyone. Yes.
You lurk up Fran all the time.
Yeah, Rajcom does. As he plays video games. He's sitting there. He's playing WoW right now. Or he plays Planet Side. Or whatever. And he's there.
That's a lady does. She lurks on me all the time. Trying to get her to interact with chat is like trying to pull teeth with your fingernails, so.
That's not true. She interacts with me all the time every time I go in. It's not true. And it happens, right? You don't have to be sorry. People get busy all the time.
Why are you apologizing? You're missing the point of what we're saying. You get busy doing something. You have schoolwork. You have your own stuff. Nobody, I'm not going to expect you to sit there and be like, "Oh, hi, sweetheart. I'm sitting 5 feet from you, so let me type in your chat for the next 2 hours." Like, no, I'm not that petty. To me, that's insane to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Fran, on the other hand, I expect her to be here 24/7, but see how that works.
Okay, sometimes you stream way too late for me. Very much too late. This old lady needs to go to bed early. Oh. What else? A simple "this is great" like a comment on a video or even in stream makes it great, right? I love the ones when I'm like signing off for the night and somebody goes, "Hey, great stream tonight. Like thanks for thanks for streaming." Like those little things. Those are I love those. or on a comment, right? Usually my comments on YouTube every time I post something, it's always negative. You're terrible at this game. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Your aim is crap. I know. I know.
Thanks for watching, though. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks for commenting.
To watch.
At least you commented and helped my algorithm.
I love comments on TikTok. Makes me feel good.
Are they positive comments or negative ones? Mine are always negative. It's very disheartening sometimes. And I try not to let it get to me because I know these people are just having a bad day or something because it doesn't matter. It's fair. See, sometimes I have to remember that, hey, they're commenting and it helps me. I might get more views. It's all good. It's fine.
Zara says he gets positive comments all day.
Does he? I doubt it. Like, people have nothing better to do. That's like, I don't like that. Why be negative? People are miserable lives.
Some say they didn't understand me drinky poos. But likes and shares are, something I think often get overlooked. I'm going to use myself for example. I don't have the luxury to sit there all day long, and sit on social media and keep checking it to be able to comment through everybody. So sometimes I only get enough time in my day to open up Twitter real quick, scroll through real fast, and okay, I can like that, I can read that, and I can read the stuff quickly. So I'm not just like. I'm actually taking the time to read it, but I don't have time to, my job, a lot of times the phone will ring and I got to drop what I'm doing. So it's a quick like, and I got to go back to work. In the morning, that's when I try to get in there, or at night, before I go to bed, I try to throw some comments out there. But a lot of times I just not enough time in the day to even take the 2 seconds to put a comment out there. So people say, oh, I can get likes, or people say, oh, you got all these likes, but nobody's commenting. So, whatever. Okay. Well, you know what? At least I got the likes, and better than nothing.
That's my thing, right? Like, I share something I really like. That's awesome. That's what you should do, right? Like, I'll like a lot of posts. I share the things that I like, feel like they catch my eye or like I relate to or something like that. But to say that I can repost everything, like I can't do it, and I'm not on there enough to.
But at the same time, you also got to be careful about reposting everybody's stuff, because at the same time, if you're just constantly reposting everybody else's stuff, your stuff gets bogged down. So like,
That's
there's
true.
a balance between that as well. Like you can't just go in there and repost everything, because then all you're doing is you're just a free advertiser for somebody else.
That's fair.
Same time, you got to be advertising your own things.
That's fair. Yes, you do, Stu. You do share my good ones. Yeah. What else? Being active in chat. I think we've like touched all of that, right? Like done that. Encouragement and morale boost. We've kind of touched on those as well. Just saying they're doing great. Love your vibe. I hate the word vibe. It drives me bonkers. Maybe because I'm old. It doesn't. Yeah, on Twitter. See, it's the one I post the most on, but I can schedule those, right? I schedule all of my posts and just let it go. Well, most of them.
I need to go back to doing that. Scheduling posts and stuff again, and get back to scheduling my stuff to go out, because it was easier to maintain and keep up with.
Yeah, but I need to try and do that. I need to sit down and do it first of all, and sometimes there's not enough time in a day. And see, I also hate that excuse, right? I feel like sometimes that's an excuse. I don't have enough time, because if you really wanted to do something, then it would be, you would do it, sort of thing. But moist bothers
I don't
me.
understand people's. I don't understand people's dislike for that word.
Me neither. Like Smitty, if she was still here, she'd be like, "Ew, oh, there she is. See, ew." She doesn't like the word moist. Moist.
She's watching. I didn't think she was paying attention. Ladies, oh, I was about to say it, and ladies over there just gave me the finger that said, "Don't even think about it."
Don't even think about it. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother
And
me either. Oh,
I don't understand why she doesn't like it. She always likes very moist things, you know. So she over there retching. She's
just sounds icky. Why does it sound icky? Like I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like feet are gross to me. But like I don't mind the word feet. But don't come at me with your feet because I don't like them. I don't want to be near them.
lady loves to rub my feet. So
No, thank you. Never. Never, never, never. All right. What else? We remember words, supportive words, long after streams end. Do you remember like all the positive things that people have said to you before?
sounds better a wet piece of chocolate cake or a moist piece of chocolate cake.
Right? The moist piece of chocolate cake sounds better. Thank you,
Exactly.
French Canadian gamer. Drew and his little gremlin toes had to wear socks to bed for the first 6 months until they finally got balls to tell me no.
Gremlin toes. That's like Lady Cuz says I have gargoyle toes. Like, all right, way to make somebody feel self-conscious about their toes. Serve me up a wet cake. I
Gross. Smitty. Gross. That sounds worse.
sounds like something you'd serve like somebody who's 90.
You sure do, Stu, but that's okay. I like this interaction. This makes it more fun for me. No feet pics unless he gets paid.
Exactly. I'm gonna open up a Feet Finder account and start posting my feet pics. It's hard. Like streaming to me has changed. Like unless you got like a really tight group of people. Like I do remember back in the day when subathon of feet. Oh boy. Um, everybody used to. Communities used to be a lot tighter. Boredom for show per se, but the effort that used to go into it was a lot more. Now it's just okay, stream's over, and then they don't talk to people anymore. You know, there's not as much effort put into it. It feels like, and so yeah, I mean, a couple years ago, people used to be a lot more willing to engage and wanting to put time and effort into it. You know, now it's just you know all superfluous on the surface level stuff and nothing that seems to go beyond that. A lot of people are like, okay, I got my views, I got my chat engaged in my stream, and that's about as far as I'm going to go. I'm not going to make the effort to go anywhere else with it, you know?
That's
For
fair.
whatever reason. I mean, I'm not saying it's all negative. Some people just legitimately have 900 things in their day, um, but at the end of the day, it's just streaming is not the same as it was when we first started 4 or 5 years ago.
It really isn't. It has changed a lot. The dynamic has changed a lot. Like people don't want to raid anymore in fear that their community is going to leave them and support others. I've read that before on Twitter. Like what? I don't
Yeah.
get it. I am bad for not raiding anymore, and not because I don't like want to. I don't know. Some especially if I don't have very many people, I'm like, do I really want to? And then I feel like when I do, a lot of my viewers just leave anyway. So then I raid and
Yep.
then nobody's talking, and it's like, what did I just do that for? Like,
Or if you're on Kick, if you only have 3 people, you
you
can't
can't.
raid because
Yeah,
you got to have 5.
it's very true. It's very true. So, but I like raiding. Like I'm all good for it. sometimes I just don't bother because I feel like there's no benefit. There's a benefit to me, like in regards to me helping someone and that aspect, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not giving the benefit of to someone else. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, right. He went and got dinner so he could watch, so he can eat and watch a show at the same time. It's real support right there. I wonder what he's
Now I'm
having.
wondering.
What he's having for
No,
dinner?
now I'm wondering if he. Oh, he did get it. I thought he was correcting his spelling
Oh,
for a second.
he
But
got
apparently he just
his
got a burrito.
burrito. Yep. Burritos. What's the best thing anybody has ever told you as like encouragement and stuff that kept you going? Other than that, those raids or hosts or whatever.
I've had people tell me before that they kept coming back to the stream because it helped them, personally or mentally. That to me means all the difference in the world, and that kept me going. Um, back when we did the whole stream team thing, or trying to grow a community and everything, people used to say, oh, your community, your help, push me further and help me keep going and everything. Knowing that you help somebody in some way, that's probably the best things that I've gotten.
That's awesome. I like hearing that. Stu, we thank you for being an ambassador for us. We appreciate you. Well, not we, because you are WGA. So, what else? He's senior now. Yes, you're a senior ambassador. Yes, yes. What else? Showing up regularly, even once a week, means more than popping in once a year. That's true. Are you agreeing with that or no? I mean,
For the
once
most
a
part,
year,
for the
that's
most
what.
part, yes.
Yes. It's like once a year, I'm happy that you're here. Like I am.
Yeah.
But I would prefer if it was more regularly. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Absolutely.
I understand that people are busy. We've talked about that already.
And there are some people who genuinely are parts of multiple communities, so it's not always so cut and dry. It's not always black and white. They can be here every single time you go live, because if they are, then there's other people that they might be friends with that they're not seeing. So while you might be getting what you want, maybe that's putting somebody else in that same position of feeling, you know. So it's hard getting around all the communities that you would like to. It's not always feasible.
That's very true. I struggle with that. Like if
Also,
one,
could be a scheduling issue for them too.
yep. Like Zara's always streaming when I'm working, so I can't go.
I was just about to use him as an example. Zara streams during the daytime, and I always feel guilty that I can't be there to support him because Zara is a very close friend. I feel like I'm letting him down, but at the same time, I just can't pull his stream up.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Watch
Well,
TV.
and I appreciate that, Zara, but it just, you're my friend. I enjoy your content. I enjoy the banter that you do, and I enjoy watching you play some of the games that you do. I genuinely enjoy your content. I want to be there to support. You know, makes me feel bad. You're always lurking in my stream when you're working. I feel like I'm letting you down as a friend.
Different circumstances, I'm sure. Like, does he work from home?
Well, he does, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit easier, right? Like, well, you're working in a store with people coming in and stuff. You can't just have it up all the time.
Mm-hmm. I've had slow days where as soon as I pull up his stream on my phone just to even just go in there and say hi, the second I do, it never fails. Somebody walks in the store, the phone rings, and I'm like, son of,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I need to support more, I find. I don't support enough.
French Canadian Gamer has a question for us.
He sure does. What's your question? Okay, hang tight. I gotta
That's
type
type
it.
it. Oh.
Okay. All right. You type. We'll answer when it
Yeah,
comes up.
and Stu, you're absolutely right. It does suck when you can't support. I mean, with Fran, Fran is another one I always feel guilty on because her and I stream at the exact same. Our schedules are almost all are identical to the T. She works at the same time I do, so it's not like I can stream and then she can be there while she's working. Then when she streams, I'm just either just getting home and about to go live, or I'm live myself. And we don't always get time to be as supportive as we would like.
Denny's up way too late, and I'm in bed sleeping. So just for consistency matters. I like seeing the familiar faces in chat, right? The Stews, the French Canadian gamers, the Smitties, the Misfits, both of them, especially Lady. Come by the stream.
Especially a lady, not lead. Fuck him.
I did that on purpose. Both of you. I like seeing those familiar faces. I like chatting with people.
Wipe that shit-eating grin off your face, okay?
Calm down. Jeez, I
You
was a
just
joke.
made her.
I made her
made
day.
her ego inflate up like a hot air balloon.
Oh, well. Good. I'm glad I could do that. I'm glad I could do that.
This seems to be everybody's.
Okay, Twitch is very big on video games, podcasts, etc. Do you think it would be a good idea for a small business to stream their business while they are working?
1000% yes.
Yes. Yes.
100% yes.
But if you really want to Twitch is a good place, but I would go to YouTube. So if you could have long form content, short content, and then live streams on YouTube for your business, I think you're in a very good place there.
So much content comes from work. You should be on, if nothing else, the big 3 platforms. You should be on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube if you're streaming work stuff. I'm assuming we're talking like shirt, design work
shirt
kind of stuff.
Shirt business. Yes.
Absolutely. I guarantee you, it might take a little bit to get the traction going, but I would say within 6 months you would have probably, what would you say? A safe bet would say what, 3 to 5 people?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's 3 to 5 word of mouth potentials.
Especially if you take that content and make shorts and make videos out of it that are entertaining, right? Like if you can make pressing a shirt an interesting, like if you show a design that you're doing, that will go a long way. You're pretty much YouTube exclusively now. YouTube is, I think, where a lot of them go out there.
Make cartoons out of some of my days of work.
Nice.
That works. Still, that's 3 eyes on you. That's putting you. You got to remember. Okay, not to dive into the numbers. And sorry, friend, I don't mean to.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's what? Let's say on a given day, there's probably, let's lowball it, across those 3 platforms. There's probably 500,000 people streaming across those 3 platforms. Probably a safe bet.
Yeah, or more.
Okay. How many of those people are fighting just to get that one viewer, right? Because most people, I would say most people, their filter is set to be high to low because they want to see who the popular ones are, because everybody loves to watch the popular streamers, the big numbers, to see what's, the good content is, what's getting those views. And then they work their way down. So you're already fighting to get up the list. So if you got 3 people watching you, you're 3 steps higher than probably 15% of people on those platforms, maybe more. You got that much closer to getting noticed faster than, we'll say, 50,000 people. Whether it's your competition or not, you're at least up the rung.
And what are you afraid of the competition getting? Like, your secrets to pressing a shirt? Because I'm sure they already know. But what if your technique can help somebody else in that same thing? Like they might be your competition, but your logo, your like designs and stuff are your own, and your business is your own. So as you're growing, I wouldn't worry about the competition, like
And
doing
from a
anything.
business perspective, if you want to look at it in a more petty, you know, um, competitive way, maybe you're doing better than them, and they decide, well, I can't compete with that, so I'm just going to close my business down and become a customer, or come work for you.
It could, anything's possible. But if you have the equipment to stream it and then make videos out of it, I say go for it. A lot of people do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go look for live streams about t-shirt making or shirt making. I'm sure you'll find some. Go check out your competition.
At the very least, if you're having just an inkling of a possibility of streaming it, I fully say go for it, give it a shot. Because what's the worst is going to happen? Nothing. Is it setting you back? No. You're in no worse of a position, other than maybe you lose maybe what, an hour of setting up equipment, running a camera the right, to the right spot and making sure your mic works. And it's a pizzeria. I've seen vape shops. I've seen people do. Lady and I used to stream sometimes when we would do our shirts back in the day. People do it. I've seen yeah, thank you. Auto body shops. I saw somebody who did metalworking as a business. Who's the guy on Kick who does his woodworking? Country guy USA does wood burning. Wood burning into the images. And he sells those pieces out to people if they order them, or if somebody orders from him, he does it live for them. The PC building, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all those. I've seen them all do it, and all it's gonna do, it doesn't set you back. It doesn't hurt you. All it can do is potentially help you.
Correct. If you don't like it, you can always stop. But I would give it a shot. Worst that happens, nobody goes to visit to see it,
And again, what are you out? A
right?
couple hours of setting up.
If you have the equipment, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Do it. I'll watch.
I show people how to suck at Fortnite.
That's my job, Stu. It's my job. You show people how to hide in bushes. I show people how to kill bots and have bad aim.
I come on here and I show people the best way to talk shit to Smitty. So
Perfect. Perfect.
or to pick on your wife. She's just ignoring me at this point.
It would be. It would be.
Absolutely. We all do that to each other. Exactly.
Like some people like bought PCs, like for the people who build PCs, like bought PCs so they could see their computer being made live on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could potentially get orders so that people could watch their shirt being made live on Twitch.
I've seen on Twitter, there's been takes of people saying, okay, if you suck at streaming because you're not very entertaining or your content's not that good, you shouldn't be wasting time streaming because it's taken away from other people. I 100% disagree with that. If you have even the slightest inkling to try streaming, you 100% should, okay? Because at the end of the day, most of us on here, we're here to play video games, right? Maybe, the exception, French Canadian, people like French Canadian looking to expand their business, you know. But at the end of the day, if you turn your stream on and you get nobody, yes, we all want the views, and yes, we all take it to get in our heads when we don't get the views and our community, our streams don't blow up. But at the end of the day, what are you losing out on, right? If you have nobody in there talking, what are you losing out on? You're still going to be doing the exact same thing that you are already doing. You're still going to be playing video games, right? I think most of us here can agree that we're going to be playing a game in our downtime to unwind. So turn your camera. This is the argument that I have with Lady all the time. What does it hurt if nobody comes in and talks to you? Okay, you got a camera on. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody sees you. Nobody talks to you. Okay, you wasted the 5 seconds to turn your camera on. You wasted the 5 seconds to turn your mic on and talk to people. What's it hurting? You're still playing your game.
It hurts the ego sometimes.
100%.
It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you're a failure at all, lady. It means that people just haven't discovered you. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. You're only a failure if you allow it to consume you and to bring you down. If you take it as a positive that you went live, you put yourself out there and you did something for yourself, you're not losing, you're actually winning. So you're not a failure.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if we want to get like really real on streaming these days, I mean, too many people chase the numbers. It's like we touched on this briefly. There's so many bandwagon jumpers on people looking to they're trying to find the way to find that community that's going to come back and support them and blow their streams up. Okay, sure, you might find that, but at the end of the day, what are you really getting out of it? The image that gets portrayed about you, people notice that stuff, whether they comment on it or not. It's noticed, man. That stigma was going to follow you around, because then it's going to come down to you make one mistake in life, however big or small, and they're going to roast you. They're going to burn you at the stake for it. Building a genuine connection, you're more inclined to understand that people make mistakes in life. People do, or you can't be there, or you can't always be there to, to message them. Sure, but then you might have that genuine connection like I have with Fran. I can message Fran any time of the day, and sure, she might ignore me for half the day, but eventually she's going to message me back or the following morning whenever, she makes time for me in her busy day.
When I wake up, because I'm asleep. Yep.
Zara, I know I can pick up my phone right now and text Zara and say, hey, Zara, this is where I'm at, Zara may not see it right away, but I know Zara's going to text me. That to me is a real connection that I made. So there's nothing but positive to be gained, by going out there, putting yourself out there and making those connections genuinely, putting the time and effort into talking to people and interacting, It doesn't never hurts to try.
That's right. That's right. 90% of success is showing up. It's correct. If you don't show up, you can never be successful. So you gotta put yourself out there.
What's that saying? You miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Correct. The shots you don't take. Was that Michael Jordan or was that Wayne Gretzky? It's one of those two that said that.
Remember.
One of them. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. That's what I thought. I mean, sometimes people don't come in my streams, but I have fun. That's what's important. Watch TV. That's what's important. The Office. The Office said that too, Stu. I haven't. That's another show I haven't watched. The Office. That's what she said. Too funny. Too funny. This is like the most fun I have on stream. Just interacting with people and chatting with people. Just saying. It's my favorite thing. So I appreciate everybody being here and chatting with us. Where do you want to go? What do we want to talk about next? The emotional behind the scenes support?
That's a hard one because, again, this day and age, the amount of people that you can trust to be truly supportive behind the scenes without... I had someone that I thought was a friend. Turns out you couldn't trust them because every single thing that you said to them, they were screenshotting that for receipts, so just to find a way to every conversation, whether it was if you're venting, they were screenshotting that and holding on to that, so the way the first chance they got, they could use it to make you look bad like that. It's hard to to know who you can actually count on to be really there and not just looking for an angle to use later on.
That's very true. It's very true. I don't trust a whole lot of people, so
yeah,
I have a hard time. When you lost Avenger, that there was a lot of support for you guys. That was a tough one. You guys lost one of your your own. So the fathers of Fortnite on Tuesdays always got together to play Fortnite, and one of them passed away suddenly. It was very tough.
I can imagine when you develop a you form that tight knit group, and something bad like that happens. Yeah, that can.
And things change, right? Dynamics change, people change. So things are always different. Circle is very small. Same here. Circle is very small. Was that Lexi that just barked? I don't know. I think my dog just yelped. All right. But yeah, you have to. It's very difficult. I mean, I'm mostly on YouTube more than Twitch now, though. But the fake people is pretty prevalent. Fake people are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my dog's whining upstairs. Yep. That's what you guys heard. All the way from upstairs. She's pretty loud. A little Shiba scream. Those are real. If anybody ever wants to get a Shiba Inu, be very careful because they scream very loud. Very loud. What else? Sticking to a schedule. Do you find it hard to stick to a schedule?
Oh God, yes. That's the hardest part about everything that I'm doing right now with trying to get back to where streams are on just consistent. Because the hardest part for me, working so much, my job right now. So, today I was supposed to be off again, and once again I got called into work. I was supposed to be here all day, and I was needed. So then the hard part is you come home from work, you got to spend time with the family, but also make time for an adequate stream. Depending on what your views on it are, anywhere hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, four, whatever. Like for me, I would love to do consistent 4 hour streams. I can't do that because if I do that, then I have to start streaming the second I get home, so that way I can at least spend time with Lady before we go to bed. So a lot of times I'll spend time with her, whether it's 30, 15, 20, 30 minutes before stream, and to stream where she's getting tired, so that way we can at least kind of talk or hang out for a bit, and that way she doesn't feel like I'm blowing her off for streams. Making that time and finding that balance, so that makes it hard to set a consistent schedule.
Yes, we have TV time at 9 p.m. every day, 9 to 10. That's why like streams are 2 hours because before that is supper time. We have an evening walk now that we do because Rajcom and I are like watching what we eat. So calories in are important. So he needs more calories so he can eat his snacks. So we have to walk every day, which I like. And then so I have from 7 to 9 to stream. So because I'm not gonna give up my family time with Rajcom.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, like the kids as well, right? When they're home and stuff, like you gotta spend time with them. Or well, Ecom, you guys hear him all the time. We fight over Fortnite because he doesn't follow me. Disappears. But yeah, love Ecom. I love him too, but sometimes I don't like him. What about family and friends who believe in your streaming? I know I don't really talk about like none of my like in real life friends other than like Smitty and Drew, like family wise, Smitty and Drew and Rajcom and Ecom. Those are the ones that like know about streaming. Like my mom would never come in here and hang out or
At least he knows
any
your
of my
names,
other
too.
friends. He trash talks me. He thinks Misfit is Stu sometimes. So there's a whole stream where he kept calling Misfit Stu the whole time. The whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude,
Brandon
that's
was
not
getting
Stu.
mad. She was like, yeah, Brandon was getting annoyed. She was like, that's not Stu. Your voice was getting a little loud there, too, at the end of the day.
Yep. I was getting annoyed. Like, sir, get it right. Yep.
As far as the outside support, like the only person that I really have is Lady, and even that sometimes is hard because again, she wants to be able to do things her way, and so sometimes it's hard to find a balance where the priority is there to where it's equal, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's
What?
like finding streaming time, right? Like sometimes I feel bad that I stream 3 times a week and Rajcom only streams 1 time a week, but that's what he wants. I've offered to like go down to 2 days so he can have 2 days, but
Mhm.
he has not
Well, it's like
said that.
well, it's like the other day, you know. It's like I made the comment that I would like to try to figure out how to get to where you know streaming is becoming something again and not just a pastime. She was like, "Well, not to be negative, but I just don't see that happening." And I'm like, "Oh, ouch. Okay, that was a little disheartening." But I know she didn't mean it the way that it came out. It just the words were a little bit of a ego blow.
Fair. Like to make it like a full time thing, you mean?
Not necessarily full time, but just to where I can have a more consistent schedule to where I would be a bit more satisfied with what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What would that look like? Well, we can take that off stream, but I'm just curious as to what that looks like.
well, no, for me it would be like like I said, I like a good at least a 3 hour stream. A little bit more depending on the day of the week. If I'm Wednesday night, which I don't stream on Wednesday nights anymore. But like Saturday night maybe, because we're both off on Sundays usually. Going till midnight to me, I would like to be able to go a little bit longer and the last little bit in there. And so you know, just a little more rigidness to my schedule and the things that I'm doing.
That's fair. Hey Z, how are you? Welcome
Hello,
on in.
Z's.
Respecting time commitments. Sometimes I really need to reread these things when I write them. We're doing good. We're doing good. Streaming content is work. Like, there's a lot that goes into just like going live on stream. It's not just playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to be better at like preparing my streams though. Like, I feel like a lot of the time it's just about going live and I don't put a lot of effort behind it. And I need to put more effort. At least that's how I feel. And
So
then,
on that note,
go ahead.
for you, do you just kind of go in with whatever mood that you're in, or like, because like, not to put you on the spot, but like, if I was going to critique you for, for lack of a better word, right?
Mm.
I love the interactions that you have, right? But sometimes a little more feeling you could show. You know what I mean?
Feeling. What do you mean by feeling? I'm curious. Because I get mad at
A little.
ecom.
See her rage.
No, I don't. I don't want to see a rage per se. I mean, yes, that is just one example. More emotion into it.
More emotion.
Sometimes you're like me. Like lady always calls me out for this, right? Lady always says, "Smile, put some facial features to it." Zara
Mm-hmm.
calls me out on this a lot too. I think a lot of times if I'm like when I'm watching you, I hear those words in the back of my mind. Put more facial features to it. Smile, put some emotion behind it. If you're really mad, look mad. Raise your voice a little bit more.
I get it.
That kind of
I
thing.
don't do that. That's not who I am in real life or on
Mm.
stream. Like, so
So
that's
it's hard
very
to bring.
difficult to bring it on stream, right? Like what you see on
Mm.
stream is what you get. If I get mad at ecom, that's what you get. Maybe not, because sometimes I get more mad at him. I've been known to yell. So maybe I do get a little bit like more animated off stream, but I get what you're saying. And yes, I don't do that very often. But like even if something like super great happens, and I don't know if Rajcom can attest to that, but like I'm not the type to like super jump around or like show like extreme things. Like, it's just not who I am. And maybe that's part of how
Well,
I grew up.
I got annoyed a lot, but that's probably a little loud. My only thing was like because when it comes to support, like it's Zara's point to it, and he's trying to explain it to me. It's easier to get people more in tune with what's going on with your content when there's more emotion into it. It's like, when you watch a good movie, and taking Zara's and running with some other things that people have said, or I've seen discussions on. You watch a good movie, right? And you don't just, it's not just the action that's on there, but you hear the pain and the love, the tragedy into something, or the heartbreak. The guy walks away from the girl and she's heartbroken, or just take from Lady, Lady cries at every sad part of every movie and TV show she watches, but it gets her.
There's nothing wrong with that. I do that too, lady, all the time. All the time. I'm the most crybaby-ish person ever when it comes to TV shows and things that happen.
It's like, and it doesn't matter what it is. Like, what was it? Just the other day, I sometimes when I'm driving, I'll have TikToks on scrolling. I'm like not even really paying attention. I just because I like to have some background noise. Sometimes it's music. Sometimes it's the radio, like for whatever. Little House on the Prairie, really?
He's showing his age right there. Age. Old.
Whatever floats your boats, do. I ain't judging. But a TikTok came on and I was listening, and she cried over a Yu-Gi-Oh clip. I'm like, "Are you crying?" And she's like, "That's the sad part." I'm like, "But you're crying, okay?" I mean, and she's like, "Yeah."
Okay, tough guy. Some things are sad. You're allowed to cry. It's fine.
I've never cried during a movie or a TV show. I've never. Don't even. You can name one time.
The last song.
I didn't cry during that.
You did too.
I did not. No, I didn't.
Your wife makes fun of you when you cry at movies. She doesn't cry, Stu. She doesn't do that. I do it all the time. Rajcom cries.
You cried in Cars.
Not like me.
You cried during The Materialist?
What?
No, I struggled to stay awake during that movie.
Cars is sad? What part of Cars is sad?
That's it. Cars was sad.
There you go, Stu. You and Lady can watch movies together and cry.
There's nothing wrong with crying at movies, okay? Everybody does it. The Lion King. Yes, that one's a sad one.
Paul Newman.
Doc, I think.
But they don't actually show that he's dead.
But just knowing that he dies is very sad. It's very sad.
I was just like, oh, okay.
You have no emotions, sir. You need to show emotions. Show some emotion. Cry with us. It's okay. It's okay. We won't judge you.
That's what we're gonna do for a stream. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna find all y'all in chat. I'm gonna post on Twitter, but all y'all, this is gonna be a stream for me and Fran. You're gonna find all the clips of the sad parts of the movies, and Fran and I are gonna play them, and we're gonna see who cries during what parts of the sad part.
That's not fair. I'm gonna cry every time. It's not fair. Crying now. I win. That's right, because I will cry every time. Every time. What was I watching today? Oh, Dawson's Creek. I've watched that show a bunch of times. I cry. Doesn't matter. Andy's mom is losing her mind, and I am crying.
I think the closest I came to crying during a movie was the Avengers.
At the end of Dawson's Creek, yes, when Jen dies, bawling. That was so sad. Very sad to me. When Dawson's dad died in the car crash, oh, well, that was over. But that brought about memories of my dad. Huh?
I think I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of Dawson's
Creek.
Oh,
you're missing out. All these spoilers, please. Ladder 49, yep, that too. Yep. Spider-Man. See, we're all a bunch of emotional people here, other than Misfit. He's the one with no heart. He's here, no heart. Grey's Anatomy. Oh yes, yes. But
Hold on,
Grey's
hold on.
Anatomy
You
needs to
can't-
end now, though.
You can't cry during Grey's Anatomy. At least one person every other episode dies or gets to something, loses something. Like it's just expected at that point.
Are you kidding me right now? They could die. Like they die. They get rid of some big characters. Of course you're gonna cry. Right? Like, Derek died? Like, are you for real? Or the plane crash? Psh. Who
Still
doesn't
first
cry at
movie I
those?
watched with a lady that she cried during Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? More spoilers. Listen, the show is like 23 years old. If people haven't watched it yet, that's too bad at this point. ER, yeah,
ER.
that was sad too.
General Hospital.
No, I've never watched General Hospital. We are watching Dawson's Creek. Perfect. Lady, do you like Dawson's Creek? Because I love it. I cried. They just had a reunion of Dawson's Creek for cancer research because James Vanderbeek is dying of cancer. And I cried. Like,
Weekend soap opera day. Dude with a big forehead equals Dawson.
yeah, that's what Raj Kamra calls him all the time. Like, I'm Team Pacey all the way, but like, it's sad to see him like suffering right now with cancer. And he didn't make it to the show. Like, it was very sad. Very sad. Anyway.
I think we
And
got a little off topic there.
off topic. Wee. I was Beverly Hills 90210. I watched that too multiple times. Gilmore Girls. Anyway. What else? Yes, I have watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. Love it. Love that show.
I turned pretty last summer, so.
You turned pretty last summer? What happened this summer?
Ow. All right. Well, thanks, man, for that. That helps.
Well, Smitty's not here to do it, so I had to like take one for the team right
Just called
there.
me ugly.
Not in so many words.
I'm ugly and heartless now. Okay, there we go, chat.
He's never want to do one of these things.
He got that animal on his face at the mochi.
Right. Country song. What country song?
Are you serious about the time you cried during country songs too?
No, he is. He's a country song.
So we can chill.
Yeah. Move to Canada. Come hang out. Why is she barking? Do you hear her? Okay. Just keep ignoring. It's fine. All right.
Rod, you guys could come to Ohio and then we could chill.
That's fair. We could.
I'd never see Leah again. Him and Rod would be running away.
Right? For me and Fran. I'm good with that, lady. We'll just hang out, you and I. And they can go do their own thing. Or we can go out and do our own thing and you can't. Oh, what? Stop hitting your keyboard, Fran. I can't. Trump won't let me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's not start that. Let's not start that. Anyway.
That's for another stream.
It's for another stream. What else can we talk about?
I don't know if we can do that one because after that stream, Rod may never talk to me again.
Everybody has different views and everybody's okay. We can have discussions. I'm okay. I'm all good with that. I like having conversations with people who are open to hearing other point of views and don't get like butthurt about like other people's opinions.
You have to agree with me or we can't talk.
Well, then that's too bad. Then we can't talk. It's too bad. Too bad.
If that was the way it was, then Lady and I would never talk to each other again.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any accountability partners for your like content and stuff other than Lady? No.
Lady doesn't hold me accountable to shit.
Do you like? Have you ever wanted somebody to like check in and stuff and like have that accountability person?
Yeah, I would love that. Absolutely. But what are you looking at me like that for? When it comes to streaming.
No, I don't. I'm bad about
Okay,
that.
there we go.
No, you're right.
Okay,
I'm
but
so butthurt
it
over
might
it.
not be her interest, right? Like your interest in
Well, yeah,
streaming is
no.
very different than hers.
Well, yeah, no, she
Throwing
just
things at
throws
you.
things.
At least it was soft.
No,
It
as far as
wasn't anything hard.
I used to have people that we would hold each other accountable and stuff for. I mean, you and I used to be better about doing that. We just
Mhm.
don't anymore because we got our own things going on. I mean, there have been times, I have missed that, when you and I would do that with each other to the point where I thought about, just closing our Discord down, and talking to you about, merging, bringing our what little bit of our community is, bringing it over to yours, just to be in a more central place. Lady and I have talked about that before. It's just
Rajcom and I have talked about it
dragging
too. Just saying.
it.
Just saying.
No, I mean, it would do. I think it would benefit all of us in the long run. And it's just something I've been toying with. Just saying. Even Stu's just saying.
Yep.
No, and it really just more comes down to dragging my feet and making every excuse under the sun to avoid actually doing any real serious thought to it. So.
I get it. 100%. I get it. And like, I don't have that accountability partner either. Like, Rajcom tries, but like, again, I think it's different when it's somebody who's that close to you and like doesn't have the same visions, right? And not everybody has those same visions. Not everybody is going to agree 100%. And I don't think it's about doing that. So, but having that someone that you can bounce ideas off of.
Right, Raj?
That's fair. We don't agree on anything. Well, we agree on certain the big important things, but there's a lot of things we don't agree on. We have very different views on stuff and how things should be done.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Perspective. Perspective's a big one. Do you have anybody who like can give you perspective on when you stream to nobody and you get down? Like, do you ever talk to anybody about it? Zara? Well, that's good.
Yeah. He's helped me out. He's probably the most recent person I've talked to about it.
See, it's good to have that person to like be able to bounce that off of and like talk and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Zara's told me his feelings on it at times too. So.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like that you have that person that you can talk to about that, right? Like, and like when you're feeling stuck, you can at least like talk to someone about it.
Accountability part, emotional grounding. We talked about that.
That's where we are. That's where I was at anyway. Not all support is public. Like, there's a lot of things that go. If I got down when I streamed to no one, I would be all the way to China. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. But then you have to remember, like, the perspective, right? Like, I don't post clips enough. I don't do enough preparing. There's a lot of things that I don't do to make my streams more, like, to bring people in. And that's on me. So you have to have perspective of what you're doing and why where you are at the same time. You can't just expect everything to just fall into your lap. And a lot of people do that. You see it on Oh, you see it on different places. On Twitter all the time. People just expect people to show up. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll be the first one to say I'm maybe not expecting. I'm hoping there are certain
Mhm.
people show up. Like, there's some that I kind of get my hopes up to see just to kind of keep that little bit of confidence up there.
Mhm.
But it doesn't hurt me at the same time if they don't.
That's fair, and that's good. So, but like I said, not all support is public. The quiet, private, steady encouragement behind the scenes is often what keeps us from quitting. Because I know that Rajcom talks me off ledges all the time. I out them. Laugh out loud, please. Oh, what? What is she talking about? Do you know?
I have no idea what she's trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. She's off in her own thought process there.
Okay, wasn't I was trying to say, okay, I'm out then. Peace. Oh, that's what you were
Oh,
trying to say? That's what you were
yeah,
trying to say.
you need a
Wow.
whole like,
How
you need
many
a whole
drinky
nap
poos
and
have you had,
fucking.
lady?
I think she's on like 5 or 6 at this point. No, unfortunately, that's her on a daily basis.
Just her on daily. Nope, I am sober as a toaster. Sober as a toaster. I don't think I've ever heard that expression before. It's different.
Probably the closest word she could find that rhymed. But
I understand that. I'm the typo queen.
she puts another typo in there.
Mm-hmm. Or if I'm texting, oh, on my phone, I hit wrong letters all the time. My fat
Oh god,
thumbs. Oh my god.
lady will send me a text and it'll say something. I'm like, huh? So I'll call her just because it's easier than waiting for the reply back.
Be nice. I'm
What are you
educated, I
what are
swear.
you talking about? And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, you just told me, oh, she does voice to talks.
That's even worse.
She'll send a text and I'm like, what? So I just call her and be like, what are you trying to say? She said, what do you mean? I said, read that again. And she, oh shit, my bad.
Mm-hmm. What? All right. So let's see. What not to do. Oh, what not to do. Don't ask like, so there's a way of asking, hey, why didn't you stream last night? Like, I don't know, coming from certain people that would probably come off as like rude and like and things, or if you say like you've been slacking. Oh no. Like
Your approach, you basically have the right approach to it.
yeah. Use the right word choices.
I'll just be like, all right, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't appreciate it if I went, hey, Fran, what the hell? Why weren't you live last night? What's wrong with you?
Correct. Correct. Because life happens. We're human and sometimes we need a break or we don't feel well. We're not machines. We're just humans trying to navigate all of this, navigate life.
I can say
So
I missed you. Exactly. But saying something like that, I sat in your chat waiting for your stream to go live and you never went live. Like that just kind of, to me, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, okay, my bad, sorry. Like, what do you want, a cookie?
well, that's crazy. Like that's creepy. I mean, why are you sitting in my stream if I'm not live? Why are you hanging out? Imagine saying that in person. Like, hey, I showed up at your house, but you weren't there. I sat there for a while, but you never showed up. No.
You, you threw something at me first. It's fair play. Don't you throw shit at me.
So maybe just say like, I hope you're okay. Missed your stream, like Stu said. Hey, I missed you. Yeah, just be nice. It's good. Oh, pressuring people to change their content. Nothing is like a pet peeve when somebody comes in and I'm playing a different game. Because a lot of people like, I play Fortnite a lot. So if anytime I change it, oh, this game's boring. Why are you playing this game? Like, because I want to. Can you be nice?
Quietly see yourself out.
Yeah. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. I'm okay with it.
Mhm.
Like, don't force me to try to change. What else?
Yeah, unless you're paying, if you're not paying me to play whatever you want me to pay to play, then you ain't got no right to say nothing.
Nope. I branched out, but for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'll play Valorant and stuff. Like, I enjoy playing different games.
Public service announcement: there's gonna be more Valorant streams, just so you guys are aware.
More Valorant streams from me?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
There's no maybe to it. Lady's been chomping at the bit for it.
I know.
This
Camp
their
is
seed.
over. Sunday, lady, maybe. Oh, maybe Sunday I might be able to make some time. I have a busy weekend, but maybe we'll see.
Well, there's always next
Next
week during the
Thursday.
week as well.
Next Thursday. Last of Us was viewer's choice. Nice. I'm all for it, lady. I'm all for it. I just gotta see. I have to change. So the boys are getting their own rooms, so they're changing things around. So yeah, that'll be my weekend. I'm not looking forward to it. What else?
Those are some of the big when it comes to support. That's the big ones. Like trying to talk about what people are playing. Be there to support them. Don't try to get them to play what you want them to play. If you want to go watch. If you want to watch certain games, go find the streamers that are doing that. Let the streamer play what they're or do what they're doing.
Mhm.
You know, because what may not be interesting to you and might be interesting to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Smitty. Issue and like we're human, we don't always want to play the same thing over and over again. Like
I can't.
I don't know about you, but like there is only so much Fortnite. There's only so much of like Valorant. There's only so much that I want to play of anything. Sometimes it's healthy to change things up. And so I would hope that you would be there for me and not the game that I'm playing so we can chat and hang out. The game that I'm playing doesn't mean anything. I can entertain you with my bad aim in any game. Doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter. Don't compare us to anybody else. Don't compare me to Misfit in my stream. I don't want to. He doesn't want to be compared to me either.
I'd consider that an honor.
Really? Really?
Mhm.
You should never compare yourself to others. We are both very unique. Very unique. Get it right, Ecom. That's right. That's right. I got really mad at him, Stu, for that. You have no idea. I know, like, in by comparing, like, don't even like go into like, oh, these people are getting more viewers than you, and you guys started at the same time. I don't care. I'm where I am because of where I am. So, don't matter.
I was there when it happened.
Yeah. Over and over again. I think even after,
Yeah.
I'm like, sir, you know the
I think to
purpose.
paraphrase where Fran's going with all this is support. The definition of support is you're building people up. However, whatever the way, however big or small. Damn, lady, I heard that over here. Yo, good? She burped it. It sounded like it hurt. I heard it through my headphones.
Boy. She's like, why'd you have to call it out? Can you just leave it go? Let it go?
I just more wanted to make sure she was all right because she looked like she was in pain from it. I'm not disputing that. I didn't see you had like something inside of you trying to get out.
We heard it in Canada.
We all heard it.
She's like, okay, guys, leave me alone.
Is that what that was?
Yep. That was a burp from Lady. It hurt me. It hurt. It's still.
There she goes.
Is she crying yet?
No, she's laughing. Caused an avalanche in the Rockies.
We have way too much fun.
We made it alive. It came from the depths of hell.
Yep, we sure did. Oh no. I forgot. Are you okay? Do we need to call someone?
Do you need an ambulance? EMS can be here in a few minutes. But no, guys, just remember, LA is on tremor alerts.
My gosh. Me too.
But guys, remember when
Okay.
it comes to support, however you support, the point of what you're doing is building people up. You're there to make them feel better in some way, shape, or form, and not in a dirty way, Zara, before you say anything. Okay. I mean, if that's what your go-to is, cool. But it's already mentally taxing to turn your camera on. It's like Fran said. No matter how hard we try to put the numbers out, or the lack of hitting a mark that you might have set for yourself, whether it's just to get to the 5 viewers, the 10 viewers, whatever it is that you're trying to do, or maybe it's the 5 subs you want. It's mentally taxing, so you should be there just to build them up. Think about it if it was your actual friend or your significant other. You're not going to sit there and say, oh, you suck, so whatever. You're going to build them up if something doesn't go the way that they were hoping for. If they have a bad day at work, you're not going to be like, well, it's because you're an asshole. That you're going to be like, oh, I'm here for you, let's talk about it, and try to figure out how to help them. So your goal is always to push them forward, not pull them down.
Very true. And since we're at 9 o'clock, we're going to close this out now. So just to recap what we've talked about, we're going to make sure to support doesn't mean that you're spending cash necessarily. That's correct, Stu. It's almost TV time. Present, encouragement, respect, and sharing are more valuable than anything else, at least for me. And for many creators, a kind message means more than any monetary value could ever do. Behind every stream, video, or post, someone's pouring time and energy and emotion into it. So, well, thank you, Stu. And creators are people first, right? Support is about showing them they matter as a person, not just as entertainment. So one like, one comment, one hey, I loved your stream adds up a lot. So again, thank you everyone for being here tonight, chatting with us, getting us off track. We appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
Making us laugh. Thank you for the big burp, lady. That was really appreciated. We loved it. And if you liked this episode as well, in 2 weeks we will be back with another one. We'll have to decide what topic we're going to talk about. For those of you who are not following both Misfit and I, please do so. We are here. If you missed part of the stream, you can always catch it on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel if anybody wants to check it out. But yeah, again, thank you. Thank you, Misfit, for co-hosting again.
Looking forward to the next one.
Me too. Enjoy these. Just make my day. These are the streams that I love. And I loved everybody chatting today. Your support means a lot to me.
Appreciate all you guys. Absolutely. Appreciate all of you. So yeah, I'm going to head on out because I think my dinner's cold at this point. As if you guys haven't seen it sitting there, I got a fat steak waiting for me.
Yeah, go enjoy that. But have a great night, everyone. See you next week.
Night, guys.